First of all, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing funds.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I ain't got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. You got script. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
okay,
an
he's critic.
erratic
Mikhail
detective is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why you not freaking slapping in young? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, girl, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there. Welcome to the Friday edition, which is the call-in edition of the Freddie Kissoon Show. I don't have a WhatsApp number, but when you call my cell phone, it's programmed so the viewers can hear it. And that's my cell phone number on the screen, 614-5927. The landline is 231-2982. Please call in and express yourself. Since this call-in program started 2.5 years, we have given airspace or a forum or a platform, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, for people to air their views on anything. We do not censor people on this program, except for libel and mad people talking dirt nonsense. You cut them off. Like a guy called and said, since UG started, UG students, graduates have been raping Guyana. Of course, he probably escaped from the madhouse, so we cut him off. But outside of libel and saying nonsense like that guy, or cussing on people, you are allowed to say what you want in relation to politics, in relation to opposition, government. A society could only grow, and generation can only be more knowledgeable about the past if you allow different flowers to bloom. So this program holds no brief for any viewpoint. The host, the co-host may have their political perspective. I certainly do. I mean, I've been doing this program 2.5 years, and in my columns for 2 years in the Chronicle, and I have a deep appreciation for the Attorney General, Anil Nandalal, and the President is a very unique Caribbean leader. But I would not censure your views if you call in and think otherwise. And we have not done that. So call in and let us know how you've been doing, what you've been thinking. This is the Friday night call-in program of the Freddie Kissoon Show. We are coming live to you. So any mistake, if I cough, if I sneeze, it's live. It cannot be altered. So please call in and let us know how you're doing. If you saw the advertisement, you would know we want to talk about an unacceptable human being on planet Earth named ASHA Kissoon. Thank God. Well, I'm not a believer, but thank God she's not related to me. All the Kissoons that I know may have their faults, but they wouldn't do what ASHA Kissoon has been doing the past 2 years. So we want to talk with ASHA Kissoon. You can call in. I am on the console alone this evening, but we will have co-host next Friday, and coming Fridays. So the variety of opinions will be much more flamboyant in terms of the co-host. So call in and let us know what is on your mind. 231-2982, 614-5927. There is hardly 5-10 other countries in the world whose politics is more interesting or less boring than Guyana. Guyana, there's never a dull, boring moment in our politics. I could rattle off of my head at least 10 occurrences the past week that you should call in and talk about. Let me see if I could rattle them off my head. 1, Terence Campbell, controversial businessman. It's out in the... I don't think people tax. Certainly people tax. Documents should not be released. That's a very, very serious thing, your bank statement. But it's now in the public domain that Mr. Campbell was given favorable treatment by the GRA. Well, Mr. Campbell said that he is in possession of the results of a poll in which the opposition, if they get the act together, likely to win. That miracles don't happen. That's one thing. 2, this guy who says he holds polls, surveys, Bisram, said he did a poll, and Azharuddin Mohammed, the philanthropist guy, the controversial guy, is ahead in terms of voters' preference of President Ali. Well, everybody who has a sensible head and been reading and knowing about Bisram will know about Mr. Bisram. So there's so many things we can talk about. The AFC said the Exim Bank of the United States didn't give the loan for the gas to show project. The Exim Bank gave the loan. I could go on and on and on. There's so many things that we can talk about. So call in. Now, before you call in, let's put ASHA Kissoon on the screen. Okay, you can take that off, Anthony. Let me take this call. I want to talk with ASHA Kissoon, but the calls take priority. Let me take this call. Good evening. Good evening. Hello?
This Frederick Kissoon?
Yeah. You got to lower your volume because what I spoke, I'm hearing it through your phone.
Okay.
You lower the volume? Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Kissoon. I would like to know do you do
Good. That caller either has a telephonic problem or has a mental problem. I don't know which one. I apologize for saying that, but you pick up the phone, you call in, you talk to people. Anyway, let's put back, operator, let's put back ASHA Kissoon on the screen so we can discuss ASHA Kissoon. Can we put back ASHA Kissoon on the screen, please? Good operator. Let's discuss ASHA Kissoon. That's ASHA Kissoon. What ASHA Kissoon has done is horrendous, horrible, terrible, malignant. You aren't adjectives to describe what ASHA Kissoon has done. But there is one aspect of what she has done that hasn't been highlighted enough. So, before I take the calls, good evening. Hello? Hello? Good. My cell phone is 614-5927. So let's tell you about ASHA Kissoon and what ASHA Kissoon has done. And there isn't no decent person on planet Earth that will accept what ASHA Kissoon has done. After the election, one wonders if this lady can ever face any citizen of this country. So, let's tell you what she has done. During the 2020 elections, 3 small parties come together and, based on the Representation of the People Act, decided that under the Representation of the People's Act, they can pool their votes together, and if it comes over the required 5,000, those 3 parties will get representation in Parliament. So it's called a join the list. So they join their list together. Those 3 parties were the Liberty and Justice Party of Lennox Schumann, ANUG with Mr. Ralph Ramkaran, and the new movement of ASHA Kissoon. So after the elections, because they were legally able to join their 3 parties, they got a seat in Parliament. Those 3 parties were now enabled to send a representative to Parliament. They decided that they will split the representation. Schumann will get 2.5 years. Anug will get 2 years, a couple months, and ASHA Kissoon will get 3 months. That's because when they pool their votes, Schumann Party got 2,500 plus. Anu got 2,300 plus. ASHA Kissoon Party got 200. And I think it's either 30 or 40, but less than 240 votes. So ASHA Kissoon should not even be in Parliament. But the 3 parties joined, and legally and morally, they had Schumann's party and Mr. Ramkaran's party had to give Ms. Kissoon some representation in Parliament. So they divided into 3. 2.5 years to Schumann party, and he went to Parliament. After 2.5 years, he came out, and it was supposed to be Mr. Ramkaran or somebody from the party named Anug. But Anug said that they will let ASHA Kissoon serve her 3 months before they go in, so she can get a taste of 2023 budget debate and what have you, and she'll get some experience mixing shoulder with some really well-known Caribbean politicians, the President, Mr. Jack Dio, Aubrey Norton, the Attorney General. She would hear them in Parliament, she'll see them, she'll mix with them. So they give her the 3 months second, and then they will go third. When the 3 months were over, Ms. Kissoon said she's not leaving Parliament. And so from there on, a controversy has lived. Now, Ms. Kissoon, Dr. ASHA Kissoon, has not said one word to the nation as to why she's not giving up the seat. She never said, look, I think Anug did not earn the seat. I think Anug made a mistake. They should not have got 2 years. I want the 2 years, so I am pioneering legislation, which I will ask all the parliamentarians to vote for, because it will bring Guyana into a better future. She has said nothing. This woman has just decided she's going to stay in Parliament beyond 3 months. So, it's coming on to 2 years and she's there. And this lady hasn't got what word to describe, to say to the Guyanese people, I'm in the news and people are maligning me. This is the reason why I didn't demit office after my 3 months. This is the reason why I'm staying in. She is just squatting on the seat and happily sitting down there. It's so morally outrageous. But here is the terrible part of what Dr. ASHA Kissoon did. 2,300 plus people voted for a party named ANUG. I am not a supporter of that party. I didn't vote for that party. I will not vote for that party. I will vote for the party of Muhammad Irfan Ali and Nandalal. I will vote for the PPP. That's the lingo in the street. D-Shore. That's D-Shore. But 2,400 people, 400 voters exercised their franchise and voted for ANUG, knowing that if they pool their votes with other parties, their party will be in Parliament. Mr. Ralph Amkalan, a towering figure in politics and former Speaker of the National Assembly and regarded as an iconic PPP leader before he left the PPP. He will be in Parliament. That they voted for ANUG to be in Parliament. What Dr. Kissoon has done is to take out 240 votes and arrogate to herself the right to be in Parliament and de-recognize 2,400 voters from ANUG. That is the treasonable crime that Dr. Kissoon has committed, in that she de-recognized 2,400 voters who voted to send their party to Parliament, and she did not even get 300 votes. This thing must be one of the most malignant acts in world politics at the moment. The lady is not saying, I am staying in Parliament because there's a higher goal, and this is the higher goal. The lady is not saying, I'm staying in Parliament because I don't think it's fair to have me only given 3 months. I should have more than 3 months. But now she's almost 2 years there. She's not saying anything. And what is even... you know what I want to do this evening? And what I invite people to do? I would like people to criticize her and let her sue in court. And if she sues in court, that whole thing about the 3 months thing, she's sitting, squatting in Parliament, that will come up. Anyway, this lady gave an interview to the Starbuck News. And she said, I am legally in Parliament. Full stop. She's not saying that she came to Parliament through an agreement with other parties that she'll stay for 3 months. She said, I am legally in Parliament. Yes, she was sent legally to Parliament by ANUG. But that is not the point. The point is, why is she still in Parliament? So the lady gave an interview to Starbuck News and said, I'm legally in Parliament. For someone, I consider myself very deeply committed to human rights. What she did to those 2,300 voters of ANUG, she should not be forgiven. She should not be forgiven by all humans on planet Earth. What she did, she took her 240 votes and said, I will stay in Parliament for 2 years. But she didn't get 2,300 votes as the other party in the joint slate. I don't know what more I can say. If you're listening to me, I'd like to hear your views on ASHA Kissoon. She's a medical doctor, and you wonder what her colleagues are thinking about her. The lines are 231-2982. Hello? Hello? Yes, good evening.
Freddie Kissoon show?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good night, Freddie. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, isn't there a law in Parliament to get her out by the Parliament itself?
Well, I've read what the speaker said. No, I don't think under the law anyone in Parliament could remove a parliamentarian. That could only be done by the party, the leader of the list in Parliament. He has to write the speaker.
Okay, so I think they should go ahead and do what's required, because she's like the apnea right now. She's squatting in Parliament. She's not squatting in government. She's squatting in Parliament.
Huh?
You know what? She's squatting. Isn't that the right word?
I think yes, that it's not grammatically incorrect. Yeah, squatter is squatting is illegal occupation. So she is illegal.
Well, everybody squatting, they throw out their land, so long as you're squatting in something that it doesn't belong to you. You're not own it. So long as you're squatting, you're gonna get kicked out.
Well, I think anybody has the testicular fortitude to go into Parliament and remove her.
Okay, well, I'm just checking things. So thank you very much. Have a
Yeah,
good night.
right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Good. That's my cell number, 614-5927. Landline is 231-2982. Call in and let's hear your views about some of the things that are going on. The budget. I don't know if you saw Wednesday edition of the Freddie Kissoon show, in which co-host Leonard, Craig and I we analyze things so our viewers can get our views, and we talked about the budget. Hello? Hello?
Ready?
Yes, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Freddie. When do you know when they will resume giving that grant to the pensioners?
Yeah, they said after the budget. So once the budget is passed in Parliament, I think they're going to start doing it. I've been told maybe next week, but certainly the week after next week.
Oh, Freddie, that makes sense. The checks are already being out on the line of finance. So why they got to wait for Parliament to do that?
Why not to wait on the budget?
Yes.
Um,
the checks are already being out, you know.
I don't think the checks were made out for all the citizens over 18. No.
No. I'm speaking about the pensioners.
Yeah.
The NIS pensioners.
Well, I am one of those who's supposed to have received it, but I think it's a done deal. We didn't get it, and now we're expecting it. So let's hold on for a week or two. I think the government. The only reason why they haven't shared it out as yet, I think they want to avoid being bad-mouthed if the lines go wrong, and you have to be careful with that. Those lines, I think it went wrongly with the teachers at St. Stanislaus College. And
look, Freddie, the pensioners said Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They gave them, on Friday, some people went to the office and got their check. And after they said they come back Monday, they never returned and let on Monday. Now they are saying that the finance to work on the check. All
Well,
the check will be paid for finance.
Well, I hope you get your check next week, man. I mean,
Well,
it's legitimate expectation.
yes, it is right, you know, it's not something you're asking for.
No.
This is your guidance. They're giving everybody,
Yeah, the wealth of a country, the wealth of a country must be shared, of course.
yes. Because I didn't get my COVID money. They came and they just gave me. I don't know if I'll get this one too.
No, you're gonna get your 100,000. I think Dr. Ali means well. You'll get your money, man. I am waiting to buy 4 tires for my car with my money.
Everybody means well, but they place. I don't know why they don't send back the people that let or give the pensioners the check. For the
Well, I don't know why the people didn't turn up. No.
You know, finance. I don't know what they play the game or what. All right, Freddie.
Okay.
Right.
Good. 231-2982, 614-5927. Call in and let's hear what's on your mind. We were talking about ASHA Kissoon, and one of the callers said if why they can't, Parliament cannot remove her. You need to know that Parliament cannot remove a parliamentarian. A parliamentarian can only be removed by their own party. And in the case of ASHA Kissoon. Good evening.
Good evening, Uncle Freddie. I want to raise a point with this girl, ASHA Kissoon in India.
Yeah.
I have been listening to the presentation by the parliamentarians.
No, I didn't, no.
I listened to most of it, and Lucknow is very much lacking. What was hurtful the most for me when I saw her sitting in the deputy speaker chair. That is painful. This woman doesn't have any shame.
No, she's really a cut below the normal person. She is.
She even can't treat a chica partner with credibility.
I don't mind if she stays there with an explanation, because
what explanation you could possibly give when you have an agreement?
I mean, if you have an explanation, you can get you can get 1 or 2 people, or you can get a school of people to say, man, I support the lady explanation.
Yes,
but she hasn't given no explanation, which means she has no support.
How can you be sitting in parliament and looking at Guyanese? And then the hurtful thing, she's promoted a deputy speaker, and that is bad on the government part. I don't think they should have even supported her anywhere. It's horrible, man.
She got 240 votes, and Anu got 200. Anu got 2,300. So by the time, if she stays there, by the time election comes around, 2,300 votes have been wasted.
She's actually destroying the fabric of politics, because who the hell you can trust? I don't support Anog. I don't support the other party that she's with. Neither her. What I'm saying that what she's doing is destroying everything. She's making people lose any trust in politicians. This woman should come out of parliament.
There's another dimension to it. After elections, can she walk the road? Can she enter hospital?
I hope the ruling party don't take her over, because she is a waste of time there. Because
I don't think any political party would embrace her, because her name doesn't travel well at any party. And so what positive value she can bring to any political party in Guyana? You know what? Once you have a political party and you embrace her, you know what people gonna say? People gonna say, that lady, can you trust her? Anyway, sir.
Later, take care.
Yeah. Good. Sorry we missed that call. Somebody calling. If you here. Yeah. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. You have to lower your volume. I am hearing what I said just now on your phone. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Uncle Freddie. Good night.
Good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Freddie, I got a concern to raise.
Yeah, man. Where's your concern?
We are farmers, right? We live in the West Coast Barbies, right?
Yeah.
And there's an issue going on with our crops right now, and I would like the Minister of Agriculture to take note of it, right? We are having a blight problem where we are planting shallots and celeries and whatsoever caldo things.
Yeah. This is which village?
West Coast Barbies.
Oh, West Coast Barbies. Yeah, Region 5.
Region 5. And the chemical that we use to spray is of no effect. And we are losing thousands of dollars. Not me alone. Many farmers in the community. The site is a disaster. The chemical that we bought from the chemical people and things doesn't make it. So I want the Minister of Agriculture to look into these chemicals that come to the country. Now the fertilizer is the next issue. The fertilizer that come isn't mixed properly. We use 15 and all type of manure. And these manure them is not palatable enough. How can we grow more? Mr. Freddie, this is a serious thing going on with us. We are cash crop farmers, rice farmers all over. Me and nobody rice farmers. We're clear about the cash crop farm. We're suffering a lot. This disease, this thing is a plague.
But you can't talk to the regional chairman?
I never really, but I went to the masjid and I come and see the program. So I decided to give you a call to highlight it.
Okay, man, but go and talk to the regional chairman and see if you see.
What I'm talking about, right? The chemical board.
Yeah.
The chemical when it do come in the country, it's supposed to be a testing done there. So that the farmer can get a proper drug that can be more effective on their crop so that we can produce more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Kissoon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your program is still on or it's off?
It's on 8:30 to 10. What's the time?
Okay.
What's the time now? 2 minutes past 9.
Good evening to you.
Yeah.
I just called in to state about this thing with ASHA Kissoon and this whole thing in Parliament. Now, I mean, Timothy Jonas, which is part of ANOG, and Ralph Ramkaran, who is part of ANOG as well. These are constitutional lawyers. Why is it that they're just sitting and letting this thing ride? I mean, here it is. You have on one hand, you're saying that the PVP, the opposition, the APNU AFC, all these people, Miss Myers and Lowenfield and what's the other one name again?
Roxanne Myers.
All of them that are before the courts right now for trying to steal the elections. They're taken to the court the court. The people took them to court, and they're before the court for trying to steal elections. Why is not the same thing being used and take ASHA Kissoon before the court? Because she has actually disenfranchised 2,000 something people. Why is this? I mean, it's truth is stranger than fiction to say why it is that two constitutional lawyers like Ralph Ramkaran and Timothy Jonas, who knows very well But yet again, on the other hand, ASHA Kissoon sits in there and does what she wants. This country is a bizarre place. Anyhow, that's my contribution.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through. Bye-bye. Good. 231-2982. I can never remember that our landline out of my head. And sometimes I forget my cell number. 614-5927. Let's talk about anything in Guyana, in the world, and give your opinion. Remember, when you come on the line and you talk about something, thousands of other people are listening, and maybe people learn something from your presentation. So call in and let's talk. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie Kissoon. ASHA Kissoon is not wrong. They don't have no laws. They got that in the Constitution, that you can move ASHA Kissoon. I don't feel so. Because if they had a law for move her, they would move her. And she's doing the right thing. She's doing the right there in Parliament.
Good. Someone just calling to say there's no law that can be used to remove ASHA Kissoon. I am not a lawyer, so I think if there was a law, certainly one of Guyana's more experienced senior counsel, Ralph Ramkaran, would have moved to the court a long time ago. So, you know what? Hello, good evening.
So Freddie, good night.
Good night, man.
Good night, boss.
Good night.
I want to know why you don't like the girl in the parliament.
Why what?
Why you don't like the girl in the parliament?
You know what? You like her?
You mean I'm not against you, but we got a set of people who try to rig the election in the parliament still. I don't hear you criticizing them.
You don't hear I criticizing the people. So, which country you living in? Where you ever you know something?
I want you row.
You don't want me to row? What nonsense are you talking? This program is 2.5 years old.
Why you don't leave the little girl in there? She ain't troubling nobody.
Okay, sir. Okay. Right. All right. Good. Right.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah.
So, did you hear that, caller? Leave the little girl. So, when the little boy commit an illegal act, or the little girl commit a illegal act, leave them. How could any sane human being see somebody has done a wrong thing and call in and say to you, leave them? So, the little boy you break into your car and the police got him down the road, leave him. Well, you know, people are funny. Hello?
Mr. Kissoon.
Yeah.
Sorry to call back again. I just called before. Listen, someone called after me, and he stated that there is no law. That man is uneducated and foolish. You know, the law that she broke was the agreement that she made with the other parties. She entered into a common agreement with the other parties, and thereby she has infringed, or she has broke the arrangement or the testament that she had with them. That is law. That man is a fool. This country is so sickening. People need to go and educate themselves. People are so stupid. That is the law. She has entered into a private arrangement with them. They have a contract, whether it's a contract of custom or a contract or an oral contract or a written contract. She has broken that. The question is why two senior lawyers like Ralph Ramkaran and Timothy Jonas do not take her to court for it. That man is a fool who called in. Mr. Kissoon, listen, you must set your bar, you must let people call in if they have certain amount of...
No.
You shouldn't talk to ignorant people.
people.
Even the dull and ignorant must have their say. Listen, a man called in and he said, leave ASHA Kissoon alone. He has a right, it's a public program, and he has a right to say, leave ASHA Kissoon alone. So he said it, and he was given,
And you're going to lend your ears to fools?
No, fools, no, you can't deny fools the right to have their say. I think, I honestly...
You by your own admission just admitted that he's a fool.
No.
All right, Mr. Kissoon, all right.
I think the United States elected a fool, but the man was elected, so... Okay. Good, that's very important. Even the dull and ignorant must have their say. I mean, a man called in and said, leave ASHA Kissoon alone. You can't tell the man, stop him from calling in. You can disagree with him, or you could say, yes, sir, anything else. But anti-government people, pro-government people, all kinds of people with different weird ideologies, the people must be free to say what they want to say within certain limitations, libel, scandalization, etc. But the man called in and said there's no law to stop ASHA Kissoon. Well, he has a right to his opinion. Once you go down that road about stopping people from saying what they want to say because you don't agree with what they want to say, that you're going to end up. No, that's a terrible road to take. Good evening.
Uncle Freddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm calling about the caller that said to leave her alone. That's what's going on in this country. Nobody cares what happened. I get and a couple other things. What we doing about this blackout? We get 2 ships out there now. And every day we get in blackout.
Don't have the answer, except that I know I don't have the answer to that.
And one more thing about the caller talking about Timothy Donuts. I don't think they have a written agreement. They just word and mouth. That's why they couldn't take her to court.
All right. Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, good night.
Yes, good night, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Frederick Kissoon?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, good night. I think ASHA Kissoon doing a good job in the parliament. I don't know the problem with her. I think it's because she loves the government in power. That's the whole issue about them. You understand? That's the problem most of these people calling that. That's me taking on it.
All right, that's your take on it? Good.
Thanks.
Right, good, man. Right. Well, the guy said she's doing a good job in Parliament. I don't know. I pay attention to what is said in Parliament, and I don't think ASHA Kissoon is doing any job in Parliament. Parliament is PPP and PNC parliamentarians. They go at it, and I can't recall seeing anything ASHA Kissoon said the past 2 years or 18 months. But as I said to the previous caller, the guy called in and said he thinks ASHA Kissoon is doing a good job in Parliament. He has a right to say that. And the program is open to people to call in. So call in and let's hear what you have to say. Good evening. You know you have to lower your volume.
Is it Frederick Kissoon's show?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, go on, sir. Go on. Go ahead.
Yes. Freddie, you got the fact remain is that Dr. Kissoon has done a remarkable job. She has demonstrated more class than most of the members of the opposition. And secondly, I think they should find another term to describe the members rather than honorable. When you look at the track record of some of those people, they should not be called honorable. Thanks for taking my call. Have a good night.
Yes, good. There you go. people have a right to their opinion. You can't have an exchange with them, but because it will take time and other people want to get in. I don't know what is positive about ASHA Kissoon. I wanted to ask him to explain that to me, but it will take time, and the callers are the people need to get you to talk to you, because I wanted to engage him and ask him. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. Freddie.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Let me load the TV now, please. All of us is complaining about ASHA Kissoon and stuff, right? I feel these two liars fully well know what ASHA Kissoon is doing here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Right. Let's continue. 231-2982 614-5927. I have to look at the screen to see the landline number, because I will, if I don't look at the screen, I can't repeat it. I guess it comes with age. But call in and let's hear what you have to say. You know the saying, even the dull and ignorant must have their say. We may not agree with what people have to say. Some of their views may not be based on logical thinking, but people have a right to say what they have to say. But this I will tell you, I don't want to engage people in conversation because the calls are important. If Johnny is your enemy and he's a terrible man, and you want to talk about Johnny as a terrible man, then you're going to be in trouble. If your friend Sammy is doing this bad things just as Johnny is doing, you end up being a hypocrite, and you end up being maybe worse than a hypocrite, because you're criticizing Johnny for coming in late at work, and Sammy, your brother or your cousin or your friend, you're coming in late at work. So what right have you got to criticize Sammy? Both the PNC parliamentarians and ASHA Kissoon are people that have damaged the body politic of this country. There are people who do not belong to the PNC that behave just as bad as them. So the question is, why would you want to single out the PNC and not single out people who are as terrible as the PNC? The point is, you must be principled in your condemnation of people who do wrong. Nobody in their right mind who live in this country would have any good thing to say about the opposition, PNC and AFC. Those people squatted in government for 5 months. They lost the election in March. So they squatted, and they should not win another election. ASHA Kissoon has done just like them, and she should not be in politics. It's simple as that. If your friend Johnny molesting people, harassing people, then shut your mouth and don't say Johnny is molesting people when your friend Sammy is molesting people. You could say both your friend Sammy and Johnny are molesting people. It's called taking a principled position. I would like to think, I would like to think that what ASHA Kissoon has done. Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Freddie.
Good night.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right, as the politics keep going on, I want to know who with the right mind to vote for up now. These people have lied so much to these people since they're born on time. They have lied all the time. They have how many times they went in power, and they never do nothing for nobody, whether their own people or whether any other body. And they have lied again in Parliament again. These people have not had no brains or nothing. Let me be fair with you. And none of them, the whole government in their position, then whether the AP and you're the ASP, none of them can stand against one of the ministers, the matter. Be honest with you. I'm a don. I use logical common sense and listen to people. These people have nothing good to say. Lie to people, come back after 5 years, and come and lie again in the parliament. I'm not saying that the PPP is 100%. Let me be fair. We're human beings. We're human beings. For certain things in life is not a mistake. It's not a mistake, certain things. And these people, they're pure lies. Everything is a lie about these people. No matter what wrong, you know, people are going to shame. No shame at all. Then I got no shame. That people, and they come up with the same old face. The same set of people what try to rig the election. And I come back and attack what they're going to do for people. Let me tell you, then they can't do nothing. If you put them at desert for build something, desert left justice still. Nothing they can build. And so I guess some ignorant people will vote for them. But remember, as me always use a word, prophecy got to fulfill in this world. Imagine people who lies, people believe in them more than the people who speak the truth. I'm not saying that PPP 100% truth. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But you can see with your own eyes that they are doing things. No matter what they might say, they're corrupt. PPP is corrupt. It's people corrupt. PPP, the ministers them or the president put them there to do the right thing. But how much and how would the president know what they are doing until people tell them? Because listen to this, we have children, we have 5 children. We don't know. Sometimes while they're doing wrong, we don't know until somebody tell you or still something happen. It's reality. Lots of things are sharing out for the people in this country who have the government put there to do things, sometimes do it wrong. And make the government get bad name. Look for instance. Corbiton has so much of road net. And you could, the road may meet a year, 2 years, all deteriorate already. Deteriorate. Because the running government has to fix it. And not penalty them because the thing is this now, when you have the subcontract, anybody picking up a subcontractor. But now I'm seeing them putting things in place. And I'm glad for it. Right? Because I self is a contractor. Over 20 years in the house. I mean, never put in because I have to make corruption. Me say, I don't want to be corruption. I don't want not more money. Me I want to hear problem money. Me never face money problem. Nobody. I mean, I want a problem in that. But now, be honest with you and be truthful to you, I meet certain people and I tell me there's no corruption. There's no corruption there. There's nothing you want to go in corruption. Let me tell you straight, me I go in corruption. So I did put in. Here, well, let me tell you something. Whatever I get or not get, it doesn't bother me. But I try. And I have to be fair. People are not honest with themselves. People are not honest. If they deal with the government and they do wrong thing, and the government tell them and knock them out, they bother the government. No, we have to accept our fault. We are human beings. And because we don't accept our fault, make all this kind of problem get into our way. We have to learn to accept our fault. And that's what happened today. You check if you go to the station, you tell lie, then become truth. And if you tell truth in the station, you have your lock up. That's how it become now. I want to say something, and I don't know a person who has been stopped by the police and they have this body camera. I know you cannot stop anyone without your body camera. And the guy said that they stop, and I don't know if it's possible what he's telling me or what. I don't know much, but that's what he tell me. That they cut out to get body camera when they stop them or store them. And one of them, they want to walk away when I ask him why you cut it off.
No, you can't cut off the body. You should report him to the station that nearest to you, nearest to where the stop was made.
Yes. Well, I'm going to tell them that because the bike this is what they do in this. If 2 of them is wrong, one cut off the body camera and stand up with them, and the one with the camera gone. And that's how we're doing. Because I'm still doing the same nonsense. No matter what the government try, as I said, doing, no matter how good the government might be.
Any government could win with the police. The police is allowed to themselves. Anyway,
right. So that's the problem. No matter how the government tries best, is the people. But the thing is that I'm real annoyed about, the penalty is not hitting them. Remember, if you commit a crime in this country, I see a man get bail for gun, illegal gun. You can be an illegal gun. What you think, but man get bail for illegal gun. And man who come, as you all said the day when the 3 person steal money from the doctor, they get $500,000 bill. I see man come and crime with drugs and he get $50,000, $25,000 bill. So we are not going nowhere. I don't think we are getting modernized. That's my opinion. We are getting stupid in the world. That is how I see it. We are not living like a human. We are living worse than a human.
Okay,
I don't know
sir.
how to call it.
All right.
I'm not saying we might develop, the country might develop, but the people are not getting good. We're not seeing that. We are seeing limited people are getting good people, but I would say 80% people are not good, human, not good, because they're so confused with this thing with money and this material thing. We get caught up in this world. We get caught up, Mr. Ferry.
Okay.
I understand we get far already. We can't stop that. We have to work to get money. We understand, but we get caught up with the real thing. So we need to do.
Okay, sir.
Like that. As long as we avoid
Right.
the real thing, we always
Okay.
this world, and we always get a complaint.
Okay.
And one more thing.
One more thing quickly, sir.
Yeah. One more thing. People who have waste life. I'm not saying everybody who have waste life always call for help. Most of them. You know the reason why? Because in the young days, they never put things in place. I'm not saying everybody. And they never put things in place and they find themselves in trouble. That's all my contribution. I hope the government try best and I listen and see that they try to put things in place, but still the people have to complain about the police. They're still complaining with this bribery, a lot of bribery. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye. Good. Let's go. 231-2982, 614-5927. Call and let's talk about what's on your mind. We've had callers that said condemn ASHA Kissoon. Callers who say that leave the lady alone. There are people who talk about, the guy just talked about. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing myself on your phone. You have to lower your volume.
Thank you, sir. Hello, good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. If you get one more call like that, the whole program done.
What's that?
Right, sir.
What's that?
Yes.
What? What's that? What's that? If you get one caller like that, the whole program done. I mean, what you talking about, the previous caller? No? You can't cut people off like that. Hello, good evening. Hello? Yeah, lower your volume. Hello? Yes. Good.
I'm on Mr. Frederick Kissoon show?
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will tell you one thing. Dr. Infanali will get a landslide big election coming.
Okay, I think he will win, yes. I agree with that.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Good. So, you've got to expect, one thing I learned when I was young listening to these call-in programs on radio. Good evening. Hello? Yes, hello? 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 As I was saying, when I was young and you had these call-in programs, we didn't have television then. You hear all kinds of people talking all kinds of things. How can you stop that? Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, sir.
I want to know why, when people give their opinion on I said not a problem, a little thing with that Kissoon. People said he is not educated. That is stupidness.
People say they're not what?
A guy calling and said the person was not educated. That is stupidness. And make it, everybody got their views and their point of views to make. Yes, and if the woman see a slide, the slide, and she going to say, well, watch me coming out here. You can't vex with a woman. Because if they had any, the guy were calling asking if they had any written law.
Well, suppose I say you talking nonsense, and I cut you off. Is that right? Suppose, listen, no, hold a sec. You seem to have a very, very peculiar approach to right and wrong. Am I right to cut you off right now? I don't. It's my program. It's my program. I don't like what you're saying. I cut you off. You think life should? No. Why you think I shouldn't cut you off?
Donald Trump for long.
Why you think I shouldn't cut you off?
Donald Trump and Donald Trump far educated. You was just a little jokey person.
But guess what? I may be jokey. What you think you are? Tell me what you think you are. You heard what he said? ASHA Kissoon found out that she could wiggle her way and get something, and why you vex with her for that? So anybody could do anything. Why you vex? What a stupid man. Hello?
Hello, good night, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. I just want to call into the program to give big up to James Bond. He's done a tremendous job by giving the president a second term. He shake the PNC to the core. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming through. It always grates my nerves when somebody could say, well, you see an opening and you take it, even though that opening is the committal of something illegal. Good evening. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Freddie, good night.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm calling from New York.
They got some noise in the background. They got something in the background.
Oh, I gotta call you back, brother.
Good. Let's go. You can talk about anything you want to. 231-2982, 614-5927. Let's talk about what's on. Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, Freddie, I feel to it. Yes,
Pardon me?
You hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, man, I just want to make an opinion.
Yes. You want to give an opinion, yeah, right.
Yes, I feel that those people that in Parliament who trying to steal the election, I think they should have they shouldn't have been in Parliament. They shouldn't have been in Parliament.
Well, what happened there? Not my phone, his phone. Good evening.
Hello, good night.
Yeah.
Freddie.
Yeah.
All right, let me touch on one point. I think a lot of people have been, they're misunderstanding this thing about this girl, this Kissoon girl.
You sure they're misunderstanding it? Some of those people probably don't know anything about it. Like a guy calling and say she's doing a good job in Parliament.
Definitely.
Miss Kissoon probably never spoke in Parliament since she
has no say. There's only two parties got say in Parliament. It's PPP and PNC. But let me put it over this way, Freddie. In 2020, when in 2020 election, we had to wait almost 6 months before we could actually get
a government, a legitimate government. You know that, right? Because of persons violating the laws of this country, persons who want to rig the election, persons who are dishonest, sat there for 5 months or 6 months and have us waiting in suspense, and God is doing a lot of crap for those months. They were even voted out 2 years before on a no confidence motion, right? And they decide not to leave the government, they decide not to leave Parliament. Ashley Kissoon is a living example of that, and this is what a lot of people are not noticing. We are trying to stamp out this behavior patterns of politicians so we can have free and fair elections in this country, so we can have laws. Laws could be enforced and people can follow the laws of this country. But I'm sitting here and listening to people supporting wrong and supporting something that happened in 2020 election, which I'm sure a lot of them were totally mad about it. Ashley Kissoon are doing the same thing. She gets an option. People, okay, you go and spend but instead of you spending 4 months, you sit there, which she's supposed to be actually in opposition, but she's supporting the government. No problem. People have their choices, but she's supposed to be in opposition, right? Because she comes from an opposition party. But my point is that she is wrong. She's breaking the law. And I'm sure that all of them who are talking and supporting her, why we should have allowed the APN to sit there all the time, and we should not have a PVC government then, and see how they would have reacted in this way. Because that is a demonstration that Ashley Kissoon is doing there.
Well, I think so, in fairness to the society, in fairness to the country, no one has publicly endorsed Ashley Kissoon. When the matter came up with Vice President Jagdeo at his press conference, he said, listen, that's not a matter for us. That's a matter for GCOM. No one has publicly come out. No minister of the government, no spokesman for the government, nobody has come, no university professor, no lawyer, nobody has come out and say Ms. Kissoon should go beyond 4 months because her explanation is valid. No, but Ms. Kissoon must know that she has no support in Guyana. So some of those people that come in here and talk, they can't point to one person in the government or one person in the legal profession or one person in the medical profession that says we support Ms. Kissoon.
Definitely. That is so true, definitely. And that she's demonstrating, like her demonstration of what she's doing there is completely wrong. It's a real slap in the face of the Guyanese people, knowing that where we are and what happened in 2020, and then she creates this whole atmosphere again. And in the Parliament too. That's to show how totally dishonest she is, because they trusted her to be there. Okay, I want to come off of her for now, but I just want to raise one more point. With these murders that is happening with these women, with us men who, just take, a step further, which we should not, and murdering these women. But my point is that our system, not all, some systems are failing us, especially these abused women. It's failing them. And I can tell you, from the PNC days, even now within the PPP government, it's failing them, because even if the ministers claim that they have system and they have trained policemen, they have trained social workers, they have trained whatever in place, and numbers, but it's not functioning. And the minister should know that these areas are not functioning, because I'm going to tell you why. You're not a social, you don't have, like I said, I know you got your not phone, but on social media you can find these women pleading for help, months and months, all walks of them, because they've been abused, and nothing is being done about it. They claim, you can see they're claiming on videos that they went to the police station, they went here, they make reports, no action has been taken. You telling me that the ministers or high persons in these brackets are not seeing these videos, these information are not going to them, and they're not doing anything about it? So I'm going to simply say that our system, it's failing these women. The ministries that are especially, the ministries that are responsible, it's failing these women. We need to get our acts together and we need to start enforcing laws. And the people who we're training and paying them and putting there, if they're not functioning, fire them. If they're corrupt, them, jail them. It's the only way things could happen, and things could happen positively with the way forward. And the ministers have to start functioning more and stop playing politics with everything. These are lives, and we must value our women's lives. Thank you, Freddie. I think you're doing a good job.
Okay, bye-bye. Good. Time is going down. You sit here on this table and the phone's ring, and when you look, time is creeping up on us. So let's have your say on anything at all, anything outside the Guyana, inside the Guyana. Unless the phone rings, I will give my my opinion of other things that are happening. I don't think I could agree with President Trump. Hello? Good evening.
Good night, Freddie. Try to get you back.
Yeah.
I'm calling from New York. Now, I got an interesting story. There is a murder happened in her cell in, I think it's 1994, 95, where that guy escaped from the hospital and straight to a plane, straight to New York. And I could give you that guy's name. But I know I was a witness in that murder case. At that time, I was a constable at Providence Station. I tried call the crime chief office today, but somebody keeps switching me around, and the crime chief office have that file. And that file, that guy name is Ramesh Prasad, known as Plantain. He committed murder on Sheriff Hammond in Horselin. And he saw me in the Bronx. If the Branham or the crime chief could get that file, hand it over to the FBI.
Well, but surely you must be able to find email address to some aspect of the police force. If you Google Police Force of Guyana Public Relations Department, you may get an email thing. So
now, hold on. Now, that guy is a friend of a popular businessman in Guyana.
Please don't call names, right? Please don't call names.
I call nobody name. You know the guy. You should know the businessman too. I reached a businessman one time in New York, and I confronted him with a case, and he told me, rest that case, let that case rest.
Well, I am suggesting to you to my email is simple, fredkissoon@yahoo.com. After the program, you can call me, and I will give you my email address.
On the same number?
You can call me on my cell phone number. My cell phone number is on the screen there.
It's
614-45927. And I will give you my email address, and we'll take it from there. I will forward you. But you living in a country where the internet is a big thing, man. You should be able to send out emails and send out WhatsApp messages.
When I come from work, I'm tired. I got no time today to mess with it.
But you're calling here. The same way you're calling here, you could email thing. All right. Thanks for coming through. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Who's this?
Go ahead.
Who's this?
You're on to the Freddie Kissoon show. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Kissoon.
Yeah.
I would like to just express a bit of opinion here. Something about Guyanese people I would like to say. First of all, they are devoid of reasoning. 2, they are opportunists. 3, no sense of morals and decency. 4, no one wants to speak the truth because they're biased. And 5th and last, no one wants to take a stand for what is right and decent. That's my observation.
About Guyana in total?
Guyanese in general.
You're not a Guyanese?
Yes, I am. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you're not one of the persons you're speaking about. So if you're an exception, there must be more exceptions.
not saying all of them.
Okay.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that's what I find out.
That's what you find out.
What I observe.
That's
Even Guyanese people, no one sticks to their word. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. But you're having all those problems when it comes to morals and decency in Guyana. So they are.
Anything else, sir?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Hi, Friday, good night.
Good evening.
I want to change the whole topics of what we're going on. Can I?
You can speak of anything, sir. The forum is open. The forum is open to you to speak on anything you want to.
I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me during the 80s, 90s, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to mention my name. I was living on the Lamaha Railway embankment, Irvin and Lamaha Street.
What year was that?
I think it's the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, okay. Right.
And I was thrown off. My house was break down, thrown off the land. There was nobody for me to complain to. There was no lawyers. There was no picketers. There was no riots. You know what I'm talking about. That was the first time. The second time, I used to plant garden out there. I used to plant lettuce and balanji and pepper and poi baji out there. The second time, they dig the trench and they throw all the mud between my balanji plant. There was nobody, no opposition and no liar for me go and complain to. So these people who getting all this $100 million were complaining right now. What happened in my time? So I do hope when I come to Guyana, you got a piece of land forgive me. Trust me. I do hope I got a piece of land forgive me. Because Bharat is my friend. I know him falsely, but I never got to him with no and put my story because I don't know what happened. If Anali is my friend, he come to New York, I never gonna put my story to him. So I'm just up and you're gonna know who is me because I'm not calling him. You know my father, you know me, you know everybody. All right, thank you, Freddie. Good night.
Good night. I guess he was talking about the days where people used to squat on the embankment in Lamaha Street. Good, the time is really flying. 231-2982-614-5927. I think we have to acknowledge that people have a right to their opinion. You may not necessarily have the right opinion. You may have an idiotic opinion. You may have an utterly unjustified opinion that cannot be supported by reasoning, logic. But you have a right to your opinion. And you should be able to express that opinion. People may reply to you and call you a fool, but which what happens on the program, people would call and say, the last caller, but the last caller have a right to their opinion, and the person who don't like what the last caller say, have a right to their opinion. Good evening. Hello? Yeah. Go.
Jacka just property like that. Squatting on the government property and making money and talking nonsense. This part of the government property for all years. Right? There is Rocky from New York, they call me. Give me my number, he don't me good.
You know the person that called you.
This part of all the time for the government property. Right? I want free this. And you're going to free this nonsense again. I was born into the squatting all the time there. Years and years. He talking about he live in America, then he want to come back here. See this? Yeah? I left there 51 years ago. I don't care about the 100,000 or 100 million that they give it away. You don't know me, Freddie. I'm from Rocky Road. I set off a road to the Evans Street. You know me. You me went a long way back. Yeah, I feel a bit back of me, Miss Bandu. Actually, yeah. Come on, sister.
Yeah, I know it's my mother-in-law sister, yeah.
Yeah. You can't come and you're using squatting all the time. You're making money. You're paying rent. You're paying a house rent, not that all. And you're making money. Then you're coming back again. Come on, man. And you're going to talk in nonsense. So, good night, Freddie.
Good. Good. Time is going. I can't believe it. Just looked at my mango pelter here, and we've got 10 minutes more. So call my number, it's 614-5927, and talk or call the landline 231-2982. There's so much to talk about in Guyana. There's so much. Call in and let's hear about what you have to say about ASHA Kissoon, about the budget, about the opposition, about the government, about the banking system, about the police force. Call in and talk about anything. Your opinion will be channeled on the air, and there'll be no censorship. I think anyone who reads the Chronicle every day would see me every day in the Chronicle. Anyone who followed this program would know I am a supporter of Muhammad Irfan Ali. But you have a right to call in and say what you want to say. Good evening.
Then you have your people can talk anything, but as long they have a will to back up their talks. Like what Donald Trump, you have to get will to back up your talks.
Another caller, even the dull and ignorant must have, they say, did you hear that? You must have wealth to back up. So oh my goodness, shall I dignify that by commenting it? You can't, I think some of these callers get upset by the ignorant things people say. But you have to let people have their say. You just have to, if as the host I reply to some of these things these people say, it would take up time, and you look, the time is up. You just have to let people have their say. I mean, look at that last call with Donald Trump. I mean, I keep saying on this program, even the dull and ignorant must have their say. I mean, I have the guy's cell phone number, but why dignify that? So, we've got 9 minutes remaining. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, sir.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I try to do all right in this life of ours.
Well, the Creator have a purpose for you, so you have more life to the life you live. However, the reason why I call in tonight is because I want to lend my support to the 2025 budget. I think it's a pro-development budget, and it's a pro-people budget as well, right? But what I can't fathom is the unrealistic and relentless trash that emanates from sections of the population, especially the opposition. I mean, if you listen to the I mean, the economic pieces, it does not translate into reality. That's my simple word, right? Hello?
Yeah, so I'm listening, yeah.
Yeah. For instance, right? I heard Mr. Norton made a statement that the 130,000 threshold will not benefit the small man. Now, my question is, why so? I think Mr. Norton is totally disconnected from reality. Because if a person is earning $125,000 a month, that means his employer, whether it's the government or the private sector, don't have to deduct PAYE from his salary, right? Isn't that so, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. And there are many junior public servants that earn maybe within that 125, 130 range. You understand? Another thing I saw persons they would have responded with some negative sentiment. It's about the 100,000 for every newborn baby. So if the United States, which is 28 trillion US as of 2025 in total gross domestic product, Guyana is just about 23 to 24 billion US dollars, right? So if we're doing this for our people, at least it's a start for me, if you understand what I mean. Because there are many mothers out there, young mothers, the young child father, they probably get some friction, and the mother got to take care of the child by herself. If you understand what I mean. I'm not saying all fathers are delinquent, but I mean, we must welcome the effort by the current government and the policies thereof, if you understand what I mean. So, I'm not saying that they have no room for improvement, if you understand, but I think the budget is a very comprehensive budget. It may not please everybody, but I'm saying it's a work in progress. Because where we were in 1990 to where we are now, I think is an economic miracle. And if it wasn't for prudent policies, you understand, or thoughtful policies, I don't think we would have made it this far. So you have a great weekend.
Okay, so you too.
I wish you success.
Yeah, you too. And I'll hope to hear from you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes. By the time we get 2-3 calls, time is up. So, good evening.
Mr. Kissoon.
Yes, sir.
I just want to give you one for the closing. It's the one with a little humor. But yet it has.
Well, we got 3 more minutes. So
Listen to this. You said that Donald Trump is ignorant or he's a fool, right? But I want you to know that Donald Trump is your president, you know. So I'm gonna leave you with that, Mr. Kissoon.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Greetings to you too.
Yeah, man, I want to find out something. I want to know what going on, right? Last week I had to go and buy some parts, right, from the truck. So I went to a cambio on King Street, right? And this King Street building, so now I go and buy parts in the US. So they don't accept Guyana currency. But the problem is this, right? On the board, where they got buying for $215 and they're selling for $218. When you go and ask for that price of $280, they will buy like $1,000 US. No, it's $225. So I said, man, what do you think that big funny board you sell back? You sell back the US for $218. Why when you want $1,000 you gotta pay $225 back? Is what guy now with you really in this country, man? You understand? I said, no, if you want it, it's $225. So why are you selling that? Why are you mark $218 on the board for?
you know, you can't think them. You know, you need the US because you can't go to the bank and get them. They never got for sell you. So you got to end up and go the cambio them and get robbed at the cambio. You understand? And nobody not do nothing about this thing, man. Everybody, anytime they go, they are the same thing, and you got to pay $2.25 for the money. They put on one price and then go another price, and I'm gonna tell you another price when you're ready for buy back. This thing terrible, man. You understand? You know, if anybody could handle anything like that, or any authority can, you understand?
That's dishonest. That's misleading. They're leading people into false down a false road. Thanks for coming.
If you go to the authority, then police don't do nothing. You know, police in this country is bullshit. They don't do nothing.
Watch your language.
And especially if they got for take one report and go there, they pay on bribe and then that's it.
All right. Thanks for coming through.
In this country, you can't believe anymore in police. You understand? Police, you can't believe them anymore.
All right, we got to go.
That's my contribution for tonight.
All right, thanks for coming through.
Somebody can help out. Not only me, the get robbed, plenty people are going to get robbed at a cambio.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
The
Sure.
same one of them on King Street there.
Yeah. What's the name of the cambio?
The cambio going to step here, going to walk up and right on King Street.
Oh, but you don't know the name.
No, me not call the name. Me not know the name of the cambio. Yeah,
all right.
We should ask them for a receipt by me.
Right. I'll check it out. Good. Thanks a lot for coming through. Good. Our time has come. I am going to count from 1 to 10 as I usually do. And if within that 10 seconds there no call, that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our program has come to an end. I wouldn't answer because the operator say we're 2 minutes over time. We will see you on Monday. We will have a guest on Monday. We'll have a guest on Wednesday. And next Friday, we should have a co-host to work the phones with me. It's been a pleasant Friday evening talking to you. You get all kinds of callers, and you learn from this by the fact that you know this is what life is about. This is what the world is. The world has all kinds of people. So even if somebody call in with a nonsensical opinion that is wacko, you know this is what the world is. The world is a touch of gray, a touch of blue, a touch of pink, a touch of red, a touch of green. That's the world. So have a very, very pleasant weekend. Somebody calling to say huge noise nuisance at Sussex Street and Charles Street. I hope somebody can do something with that. Have a very, very pleasant weekend, as I normally say.